Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Chat Reality. I'm Michael,
And I'm Molly.
and we are here today after a big day. It was Big Brother cast announcement day. We had the Broveal, the Big Brother Broveal, which is a kind of a weird name, but we'll go with it.
Boo.
And and we have our official cast for season 28. We are so excited. It's a big week, big premiere on Thursday. And in leading up to it, of course, you know what today is. It's our draft. We are going to be drafting our teams for the cast. And we are so excited, just like last year, to have our good friend joining us, Jenna Quirk. Jenna, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. I love cast reveal day. I love getting to meet the people who I'll be spending my summer with virtually, and developing some preseason faves and maybe some not so faves, and just learning all about who I'll be watching on my screen all summer.
Oh, we're gonna hate them, half of them, in like 3 days, but that's the fun
No,
of it.
totally.
Yeah, that's the fun of it. We'll hate them, we'll love them, we'll hate them. It's a roller coaster of emotions all season long with Big Brother, and I couldn't be more excited for it. So we will do this very similar to the way we did last year. Snake draft. We will be picking our teams. One team, of course, because there is a cast of 17, will have one fewer player on it. That will be the team of the person who will get first pick. And how do we decide the order, you ask? Well, we have our winner with us from our last draft, Jenna. So you get to pick the order. So where would you like to go in the order, and then where will Molly and I go as well?
So I've been thinking a lot about this. I went second in the order last year, and it gave allowed me to choose the winner, Ashley. I will go in second place once again. I will put Molly in first place this time, and Michael in third place this time, just to switch that up a little bit.
All right.
Sounds good. I know. I feel
Sounds
like I
good.
usually am the one to go thirds instead of first. So, Michael, now you won't be first. I'll be the first
And
choice.
this hasn't worked out well for me going. I
I
feel like
know.
I've gone first a lot, and I have not done well with that. So maybe this will be good for me. I'll take it.
Yeah,
But
that
all
sounds
right.
good to me. Well,
Molly, so here before we start, I want to say so we had 14 new house guests introduced first this morning, and then as the day went on, we got official announcements for two of them, and then pretty much official announcements for the last one. So we will have all three of the additional house guests as options here, which are Angela Murray from BB26. Rick Devens from Survivor Edge of Extinction and Survivor 50, and Dee Valladares from Survivor 45 and Survivor 50. So they will all be options on our board. If any of them don't end up being on, or there maybe are extra, we'll deal with that later, and we'll let you know next week during our first recap what has changed. But hopefully that should do it, and those are our 17 house guests.
yes, so exciting to see these returnees or people from Survivor as well.
Yeah,
How
and
did y'all
before we
feel
start,
about the bro veal?
I was gonna ask, yeah, what are y'all thoughts on the announcement, what the cast as a whole? Before we start, we should just kind of give our overall thoughts. So, Jenna, what did you think?
Well, first and foremost, I hate the word brovial. I cannot believe that that word got approved by several rounds of people. I just don't even know what people were thinking. It's kind of lame, in my opinion, but we move. The house. I also have some negative feelings towards this year. I think the theme is very cool. I don't love the colors that they use, and that's just a personal opinion. Like the the bunk room. Don't love the colors there. Some of the other colors throughout the house, I'm not a huge fan of, but that's okay. It's my personal taste. I'll move past it. I know a lot of people who love it. I really liked the way that they did the cast reveal on a YouTube live stream where everyone could be watching at the exact same time. All the tweets or blue sky messages that were coming in were talking about the same people at the same time. And I did think some of the intros might have been a little bit long and repetitive. However, I did love getting a longer look into each house guest and get to see a little bit more of them than we usually do.
Yeah, Molly, what did you think?
Yeah, I liked it too, and we could text like live while that was happening too, which was exciting. But I enjoyed just being able to see the videos of them and like actually talking like first off, and then these people also are still on their phones because then I was looking at some of their Instagram accounts and they were active in that moment, so that was kind of fun to see some of their reactions, people posting about like having that one of them as a friend, like going on the show. So I thought it was like more interactive in that way of pre-season, I guess you could say, of knowing kind of more about these castmates. So I liked seeing that.
Yeah, I thought the Broviel, despite its name, was great. I think that look, the questions that they asked the house guests could be improved. I feel like I wish we got to know them a little bit better. Like I feel like Survivor does it so much better, whatever way that they do it with kind of their little intro videos. Having the press, they could have had like the Mike Blooms and the Sharon Tharps of the world, like interviewing them and asking them legitimately the questions that we want the answers to. That would be great, just like Survivor does. But whatever, for whatever reason they don't do that, I still thought that this was a really fun way to do it. It's very similar to what RuPaul's Drag Race does, which is fitting since we have a RuPaul's Drag Race alum on this cast. With their reveals they do every year, and I think that it's just, it makes it an event. It makes it exciting for everybody to be able to watch and comment at the same time. And I think that we, in this world of binge viewing everything, like we miss the event television, the event live events like this. I just think that that's something that we crave as an audience in 2026. And so I think this was a really fun way to do it. And I think it was a success. I feel like everybody seems to be very positive about it. So I feel like this is pretty much the way that they're going to do it going forward.
Agreed. They just need a different name.
Yeah, we'll workshop 100%. That. I don't know what a better name is. What is a better name? Is there a better Big Brother pun for reveal cast? I don't know. I can't think of anything, but you know.
I don't think there needs to be a pun. Just call it the Big Brother 28 house and cast reveal. Hashtag BB28. Like, that's all you need.
Boring.
I don't care. It's better than Broveal. Like,
well, it did make me think that we were going to have, like, I don't know, Brett and Winston doing the reveal, like the bros, like
totally. No, it's a twin twist where there are two sets of male twins. That's why it's called Broveal.
Okay, all right. The theories are starting. The cast, it's officially Big Brother season when everyone thinks there's a twin twist. So, all right. Well, let's get to this draft. Molly, you have first pick. Where are you going?
Yes. Okay. Well, I did not expect to be first in this draft, so I have to go with, this is a hard decision, having to choose first here. But I'm going to go with my gut here, and I'm going to choose Austin native right now, or maybe not native, but he lives in Austin. I am going with Barrett because I feel like he's a fun person. I think he could be someone who makes friends with a lot of people. As he did say, he wants everyone to be everyone's best friend. So we'll see how well that does for him. But I'm just excited to see someone from Austin there. So I'm going to choose Barrett first.
All right. Yeah, I loved Barrett. I mean, I think that he's going to be a very fun person to watch this year and root for, because he's like, the more that I see about him throughout the day and the more comes out, like his podcast co-hosts have been in the live chats throughout the day and Sharon Tharp's stream, and and some other Twitch streams. So he's legitimately a huge fan, and in this community he's on Blue Sky, his account was found, and like he's one of us. So like I think he's going to be someone who knows what he's doing in there, and I really don't think he's going to disappoint us.
I hope so.
I'm devastated that Barrett is off the board. He was my first draft pick, and I was really hoping that you wouldn't take him, but alas, it's fine. You can have him.
Well, you shouldn't have chosen me first then.
Girl, I didn't
That's
know you were
true.
gonna
You did
pick
that to
him.
yourself.
Like, whatever. Yeah, it's my fault. I don't
It
care.
was a good decision. We didn't pre-discuss before this draft, as it's clear.
Yeah, clearly. No, I am so happy for you that you have him. I really like him a lot. Obviously, he lives in the same city I do, so I feel a strong connection towards him there. I He's 27, like a lot of other people on the cast are. I feel like he'll fit and with a lot of people. He's also a jumbotron engineer, so I think that probably takes a lot more smarts and skills than most people realize. So I'm like really excited to see potentially how he could do in some of the quiz comps or the more intellectual comps and see him flex his skills there. He was really entertaining. He brought a lot of good energy to his intro, and I'm really excited to see what he does, what alliances he makes, things like that, and how he reacts to our reality alum coming in.
I agree.
And one of the most interesting things that I heard today about him, I believe Zach, one of his co-hosts, was in Taryn's stream earlier, and he was saying, and I hope I'm not quoting him wrong, but he is friendly with Rizzo, and through that has some level of connection with D. So they apparently, I don't know if she'll recognize him. He certainly knows who she is, and I would imagine that there will be some connection there through their mutual friend. So
Yeah,
I
I was listening to this stream as well. From what I got, is that he has a mutual friend with Rizzo and has like been friendly with Rizzo before. But that leads to a connection with D too, and he's been able to like have some sort of chatter with Rizzo and become friendly with that group. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but I think that any way that he could get an edge in there, get friendlier with D, get some sort of connection in there is all good for him.
Yeah, for sure. Because I would imagine, look, Big Brother, if Big Brother's going to do one thing, it's make sure that their reality alum do not go home week 1 or 2. Like, they will do what they can to get them farther. And I always say that I think it's so much better in a season like this to try to work with the alum in the early weeks than to try to go against them. And I think Barrett having a natural connection with one of them will allow, and not just so much knowledge of who all of them are, will really, I think, allow him to get in good with them, and through that, I think, put himself in a good position. All right.
Well, then,
Jenna,
hopefully he wins for me.
And knowing your track record, he has a pretty good chance. You have a pretty good track record, Molly, with these drafts, so I wouldn't put it past him. But Jenna, you're up next.
Well, my pick, if I'm obviously rooting for Barrett as well, but if Barrett can't win, then I'm hoping that my number 2 choice can, and that's going to be Jason from San Fran. He's 35. He's a drag queen, also known as Selena S. Titties from RuPaul's Drag Race. I think he was on season 6 and All Stars, if I'm not mistaken. But
he was on 15 and All Stars.
Oh, okay.
RuPaul's Drag Race season 15, and then All Stars, which is currently airing, All Stars 11.
Cool. Okay. He was mentioning something about 6. Maybe he got 6th place or something.
Yes, he got 6th place.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's right.
I knew something was coming from there, but I was just I didn't know much about Selena besides hearing some rumors about her on RuPaul's Drag Race and like how she would be on the season of Big Brother. So whenever Jason popped up on the reveal. I was learning about Jason, and it didn't click that he was Selena until a little bit later. But I loved everything that I saw from Jason on the reveal, like as I was learning about him. I think he's so charismatic. I think he's been in like these streets for a while. He's dressed up as Ainsley during BB 26, had a stunning, gorgeous outfit during that. He's obviously familiar with Angela and the BB world, and he's talked a lot about Survivor as well. So I'm sure he is familiar with our other representations, and I'm excited to see how he interacts with them, if he wants to work with them, how much of Selena he'll reveal on the feeds or the show or anything like that. I'm just really excited to and interested in seeing what he brings into that. I have seen some clips of Selena on Drag Race, and she definitely brings the drama, brings the heat, will create some fun feeds I'm really hopeful for, and perhaps start a few arguments, which I feel like we haven't had in a while. So I'm really anxious and excited to perhaps see that. But I feel good about Jason's chances. Also think he's kind of at an age where he can vibe with a lot of people and really click with people. So I'm really hopeful that that is the case.
I agree.
Yeah, I think this is a good pick. I mean, we know that Jason, and please forgive me if I'm wrong about this, but my understanding is that they use he, him pronouns out of drag, she, her pronouns in drag. That's my understanding. Please forgive me if I'm wrong about that.
Likewise.
But yeah, my understanding is that Jason is a huge Big Brother fan and friends with Frankie Grande, who started watching
Yes.
season 16. And so ever since then, like, he basically, and again, I am not a huge Drag Race watcher as well. It's one of my blind spots. So I have only watched clips as well today of Jason. But it seems like, from what I've heard, that he basically treated Drag Race as a competition
Big
show
Brother.
like Survivor or Big Brother. So I think this is the show that like he's always wanted to do. And so I think my fear is that it's going to be very similar to all the other drag queens that we've had on Traitors and House of Villains and all this stuff, where they are so entertaining, so incredible on the show, but just for whatever reason don't last very long. And that's my fear, is that like the excitement will maybe get to him and he'll overplay. And I could very easily see a world where that happens, where it's almost like Jimmy, like kind of last season, like trying to create moments a little bit and like kind of getting into arguments like a
Fair.
little bit
Yeah.
too much, to the point where it just kind of works against him and then is out pre-jury. But I hope that doesn't happen, because I agree, I think it'll be so entertaining and I'm really excited to watch.
I'm really excited as well. Also, did not watch a season of Drag Race, but really excited to see his personality shine here on Big Brother. I'm sure he's going to be a main point of people wanting to talk to him, or just like stuff that's going on, because he's a very big personality.
Yeah. All right. It's me for 2 picks now. And I think I have to start. There's only one place that I can start here. I don't care if she is first boot. I don't care if the same thing happens to me as the Survivor 50 draft. Well, I do care, because I'll be very disappointed. But give me Mother Angela Murray.
I knew it.
am
I was
so
like, someone has
excited.
to get her soon.
I'm so excited Angela's here. I mean, she is going to be just a joy to watch every second of. I think there's a world where she almost plays too much into character this time. And like, I think what was so fun about her the first time was that, like, that moment where she confronted Matt Hardiman was so like, she really believed what she was saying. Like, yes, it was a prepared speech, but like she was up all night. She was paranoid. She was truly believing it. And I could see a world where like she's trying to make those moments again, but doesn't really believe what she's saying. And maybe that's a little bit less fun, but I don't really care. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see how she interacts with Selena. I can't wait to see how she interacts with Rick Devens. Like, I mean, it's just going to be, what a joy this is going to be. I can't believe that it's real. What are your thoughts?
I know. It's so exciting to see Angela come back. I did get to meet her last year, and so that was really nice. She was so sweet in person. So definitely rooting for her and want to see her succeed this season.
Yeah, agree. I am a Angela fan. I was rooting a lot for her, especially whenever it was her and Leah against the rest of the house. And throughout her whole season, I think she does have a strong social game. Like she was able to get the veto used on her many times during 26. She was able to get into alliances, albeit she did have to beg a few times, but she was in alliances. She did have allies. I'm really interested to see what she's learned from her first time and how she'll be able to apply it to her new season. How she'll connect with the other reality alums. She does follow them both on Instagram. Only D follows her back, but that's okay. But I'm really anxious to see how she'll do moving forward.
I could see her being in a very similar position, honestly, to Rachel Riley last year, where she has the people who are fans of hers and will just kind of gravitate towards her because of that and because of just kind of her entertainment value. And they want to be around somebody who's entertaining and keep someone in the house who's a good shield. Like, she's a good shield for anyone. She's never gonna like be a wallflower in that house. Like, she's going to be someone who people can hide behind and think we'll get her next week. She's not going to win a competition, and I could see that going for a little while. And I, because of that, I just don't. I see her making it at least like halfway through, and then maybe on like a double eviction, she's like an easy person to go at that point. Kind of similar to last season in 26.
My interesting prediction.
We'll see. My second pick. This is hard. I mean, in full transparency, I'm only debating between D and Rick. But I'm trying to think who I think has a better shot. Like, Angela was my entertainment pick. This is my like pick of someone who I actually think has a chance of making it. I think D is probably going to be in more trouble because she won. And that's simply the only reason. Like, I think that anytime, like, because a lot of these people, I think, will not have watched Survivor, but they will know the names. Like, they'll probably be familiar enough with the universe to know, or just to hear from somebody who, like, from one of the other reality alum or fans like Barrett or whoever, that D won. That is something that, like, if you haven't watched her season, that's the only thing you know about her. That's a huge threat. So I think I'm going to choose Rick because I think he can much more easily say my big moment was flipping a coin from Mr. Beast. And like, who cares? What threat does that make him? So I'm going to go with Devins because I think that he is going to be a fun person for people to hear stories about, stories from. I don't know that he's a huge Big Brother fan, which may work against him. Maybe he'll play it too much kind of like a Survivor game and not understand the nuances of like the correct ways to play Big Brother in quotes. But regardless, he's a smart guy. He'll pick up on it quick. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I really like Rick. I've met him in person. I think he is really charismatic, really lovely. He is a little bit more awkward in person than I anticipated. He wasn't very like touchy or like he didn't give hugs or didn't put his arm around people in photos or anything, which is fine. It was just something that I had noticed during my interaction with him and watching interactions with others. But I really loved seeing his like his reputation kind of change between his two Survivor seasons. And Edge of Extinction was my very first Survivor season. So he was the very first person that was like the main character of this season that I was watching live for the first time. And I was a big fan of his then. I'm a big fan of his now. I'm stoked to see him on Big Brother. I'm not sure how he'll do, if this is the right move for him to make at this point. But regardless, I'm so excited to see him back. I think he brings great TV. I think he brings great moments. My fear is he might create too many moments, and we'll have to kind of see where that goes. But I would have been thrilled to get him on my team. I'm thrilled for you that you get him on yours, and I'm really excited to see him play.
I agree. I think Devins will bring some fun entertainment for sure, and maybe we'll get to see, hopefully, for a little while to see what can happen with vetoes. I definitely want him to win a veto and take himself or share it with someone else, or I feel like he's gonna do something big on a veto moment, so I really want him to be in that. So I'm excited to watch him on Big Brother.
That is such an interesting question, though, Jenna, that you brought up of like, is this the right career move for him right now to go on Big Brother? Like, I feel like if I'm him, there's a trader call coming pretty soon. Like,
That's what I
is
was
that a
thinking.
better? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know because is the question then like, is the traders call is still going to come? The Big Brother call might not come again. I guess is kind of the thought because Big Brother usually doesn't pull from other shows, whereas Trader always does. And so like, even if he doesn't get to do it this year, maybe where he would have before, he still could do Traders next year. And I have to think that the Big Brother, in order to get people like Dee and Devins, they're not giving them exclusivity for very long. Like they're going to allow them to do
Sure.
other shows pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was just very surprised to see his name in the rumors and then confirmed today. And him and his wife were doing great at managing his social media while he's been in sequester. But I'm obviously very thrilled. I was just completely taken aback whenever I saw rumors and confirmation of his appearance on Big Brother. But that doesn't mean I'm not any less excited about it.
Do we think that there's a chance that because Big Brother, of course, has live feeds, do we think that there is a chance that Devin's popularity that surged during Survivor 50 could potentially go down depending on how Big Brother plays out? Or is his legacy at this point solidified enough to where he would have to do something like outrageous to make that change?
Yeah, I don't think it will really impact him that negatively.
I think that I also don't think it'll impact him negatively. I think if anything it'll like level it down a little bit. I think fans are excited to see him on something else. They loved him on 50. I was just at a family reunion this past weekend, and some of my family who barely watches Survivor absolutely loves Rick Devens, and many of them were making that statement. And I think that he composes himself well in environments and on camera, off camera. I've heard nothing but great things about his character, and like from what I've witnessed in person as well, I have no doubts that he'll be able to conduct himself respectfully and well. So I really don't foresee anything happening that would increase or dramatically damage his reputation. I think if anything, it'll only stay the same or get better.
Yeah, and I didn't mean that in like a he'll say anything problematic way. I
Sure,
meant that
sure.
in like a like sometimes when you like I think Suri took a big risk by going on Big
Hmm.
Brother where it's like, "Oh, is she not going to seem as impressive when you know more about the thought process that goes into her like decisions or something like that?" Like sometimes I think we think of these people as master strategists and then you watch them on something like Big Brother where you get to see more of it and then you're like, "Oh, they actually like maybe weren't as confident about this move as we thought they were, or they had someone else kind of, guiding them through. Someone else had bigger impact in this decision than it seemed like on TV, or whatever the case may be." But I agree that I think whatever the case may be, he's going to be really fun to watch. And I can't wait to see him on here.
Well, I think that's what makes Big Brother and Survivor two different shows. Is Survivor, we don't necessarily see the full extent of all of these game moves. And sometimes, even if it's a last minute decision, it winds up being very effective in the end game. And that's a luck of a draw. Sometimes that happens on Big Brother too. Like we saw Rachel nominating Riley last year, and how that happened very kind of on a whim. We had no idea that was going to happen, and it proved to be very effective. Only she saw the vision. Sometimes that happens on Survivor. Sometimes Survivor moves are much more thought through, as are Big Brother moves. I'm personally excited to see like what him and Dee will be able to contribute to this Big Brother strategy world, and kind of watch their thought process and decision making happen in kind of a long form route.
Just the mention of the Riley eviction gives me a dopamine hit. I love it so much.
Same.
All right. Well, Jenna, I believe it is your pick again. Oh no,
Well,
Molly. Molly.
No, it's Jenna.
Wait. Yes, it's Jenna. Sorry. You had second. Sorry. I was correct about the person, wrong about the reason why, and that's why Okay, Jenna, you're up.
Sounds good. Okay, I will be taking the other person that you were considering in D. I'm thrilled to see D on Big Brother. I think watching her 45 game, especially, and kind of recently rewatching it, she's such a strategic thinker. She makes these moves and has these thoughts, and is able to make these moves happen that are a lot more strategic than I think a lot of other Survivor players that we've seen. All her work with the Drew blindside, and all her work with managing her allies, managing different alliances, her path to the end on 45, and also like being a very strong member of all of her alliances in 50, and kind of working her way to the merge and into the jury phase on that season as well. I'm very impressed by her game, and I'm really excited to see that strategic thinking kind of come to light in the Big Brother context, as I was kind of talking about when I was discussing Rick as well. I think her mind is almost suited towards Big Brother as well as Survivor. I think she has that strategic mindset, strategic acumen. She's obviously a big, like, she's very fit. She does very well in physical challenges. I think at 29, she is really well positioned amongst the ages of the cast. My one thing with her is I could see her potentially getting in a showmance or something, and that could ruin her game or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see. She's just a girl. But I personally love her personality. I'm really excited to see it and her pop on the season of Big Brother. And I just think she's going to do so well. I'm so excited.
I'm really excited to see D also. She would have been my next pick, so that's the downside of going first, because now I don't get another one of the returners or other show people. But that's okay. I'll let you guys have it. But I'm excited for D because I really am excited to see how she will do. As Jenna, you were saying, with her being really strategic, and she has experience being winner and also being on 50. Like she's been around a lot of strategic people. So from this cast, also looking at their videos, like a lot of these people are smart, have seen the show, like no background on that. So I think she's gonna thrive in that environment and work well with people there.
I'm really excited. I can't wait to watch Dee. I think that her only flaw is that she is coming in as a winner of Survivor. And I just, like I said before, like I just think that's going to be a tough reputation to shake in the early days. But in a world where maybe the alum, returners, whatever, get some form of immunity for the first week, which I think is pretty likely to happen. Rachel got immunity last season. I think that they will, in some way, they'll make up some reason why they all get immunity the first week. And in that world where she can get in socially without people being able to float her name that first week as an option, I think a lot of times 2 weeks in to the season, so much has happened that I think her being a winner on a different show will go down and down and down on the importance list. So I think that will be if she can get in good with a good group and have some form of safety that first week, then I think she's golden. And at that point, like, she is good enough to be able to make that work and use her position to make it deep in the game. So I'm really
I
excited
mean,
for
honestly,
her.
though, we saw Rachel come back last season as a winner of Big Brother and be able
Yeah.
to combat the winner stereotypes. We saw Dee come back on Survivor already being a winner of that show. She was able to escape that as well. And not a lot of people were talking about her until it was time to take her out. She was the last winner standing on 50. And
Yeah.
although that did kind of have to have a part to play in why she was eventually outed, I'm sure even like coming into Big Brother, I'm not sure those same kind of conversations we'll be having. Like you said, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, I think that idea that she's a winner survivor might continuously go down. And we've seen other Big Brother winners come back and do really well, like we just saw with Rachel, like we saw with Jordan Lloyd, like we've seen with some other winners of pretty recent seasons of that same show come back and do very well. So I do see your concern there. I am pushing back on it a little bit because of the reasons I just mentioned. I think she can outlast it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I hope you're right. I want to be wrong about that. And I think there's a good chance that I am. I think it concerns me more than like someone like Devins, who I think can more easily just put off his reputation to luck and just kind of being a showman, and that he's a personality hire, not a strategic hire, if that makes sense. Or is like Dee is like known for her strategy, and like that I think is just a little bit more
Totally.
concerning early on. But if she can get through a couple weeks, then I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
All right, Molly, you're up with 2 picks.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little easier than I was trying to decide between two people. So
Then pick them
first
both.
up, yeah, I will do Melody. I think
Okay.
I think that she'll be kind of underestimated by the cast, like 'cause she could be kind of quirky and weird, what she said in her videos. So I think that could play well to her because then people just might not suspect her. But she's very, I think that she'll be a good listener and just overall, like she has experience. She knows Big Brother, so I think that also is going to add to her doing well in the game.
All right, she's a corporate game show host, whatever that
Oh yeah.
means. I guess that means like people like going on like corporate retreats and doing like a game show thing. Then she comes and hosts it, is my understanding. Okay, I don't know
Yeah.
why she can't tell people that, but whatever.
I don't know.
Well, maybe she thinks Big Brother is a game show, so she's like, "Oh, like they think I'm the host of a game show exactly like
Mhm.
this one. That makes me a threat." But I'm like literally thinking of Company Retreat, the jury
That's
duty
what I
show,
thought
and
of too.
thinking of the game show host on that show, and picturing Melody in that role.
That would
That's
be good.
exactly what I thought of as well. That was my literal first
On
thought.
the same brave
Mhm.
brain wavelength.
Mhm.
That's funny.
Um,
Okay.
He's one
What?
of the people that I don't believe has ever watched Big Brother before. Like, I don't know. I just get the sense that like she is going to get in there and get we'll start talking about Big Brother, like past Big Brother moments, and get everything wrong. But maybe I'm wrong.
I can see
Maybe
that
he's
happening
real.
too. I saw an interesting TikTok from Catherine today from last season saying that she was the Leah dupe, and everyone's been calling
Mhm.
Melody the Leah dupe online today. If that's the case, then bring it on. I'm a fan of Leah. Maybe she'll remind Angela of Leah and her daughter Lexi and other people who she spent time with
I
and
could see that.
enjoyed. Maybe that's a connection that she can make there by being the dupe house guest of Angela's closest ally on her current season. or her former season. But I like Melody. I think she seems like a sweet girl. Hopefully, she's personable, able to get along with people well. I just didn't get a whole lot from her, so I'm interested to see what she'll bring to the show, like what her personality is, kind of what her she's also apparently a waitress. I did hear on one of the streams that I watched today, so that's definitely talking with a lot of people, learning different personalities, having to adjust and adapt, work for tips, things like that. So we'll have to see how it translates to the Big Brother house.
Yeah, because that's what she's telling people she is going in,
Yeah.
rather than the corporate game show host. Like she's like, and she said it's true. Like she is a waitress as well, so or was, I don't know, but so that is what she's going to be presenting herself as in the house.
She is in the group of 24-year-olds that they have on the cast. That seems to be a
Oh,
common
I haven't
age
even really
that.
looked at people's ages. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's something I noticed. There are a lot of 24-year-olds, a lot of 27-year-olds. Kind of those are the big chunks that I've seen. And
Interesting.
Melody's one of the 24-year-olds.
Right. Well, then she'll fit in
Nice.
well. Molly, who's your second pick?
I'm gonna go with Taylor next. I think so far what we've gotten to see from her, she seems like she'll be a fun personality and get along with people in the house there. And then also I liked her big B blowout, as she named
Explain
it,
it to me, Molly.
of what. Oh no, I'm glad we have notes on this because
You liked
I
it
did
so
not
much.
remember it all.
Explain it. No.
I don't know. I just think it's funny. I don't even whatever she meant by it is just, I think she didn't explain it right, because what she said, like, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I think overall she'll be fun to watch and see what her strategies can be if she comes up with some other kind of random things.
Can I read you? I wrote down word for word what she said. This big B
No,
blowout is.
please do. I'm very curious.
Okay. So it's having a three-part team where there's a team captain for the floaters and for the two tethered teams. With that, we're going to use each other to the final three and then all work together with our teams to maneuver the house, votes, and competitions. Did I have a stroke? What?
I think it's an interesting way of viewing the game and the new aligned structure that has yet to be implemented in the Big Brother house. So she definitely has some creative juices up there. So we'll have to see if that exact plan works out for her. But I mean, regardless, we know that she can create something chaotically creative from nothing based on that strategy.
It's
I know.
one of my,
I have
honestly,
some.
though.
I have some belief that she has some more up her sleeve.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things, the people that come into Big Brother with like these grand strategies. Like I remember, like I don't even remember who it was in one of the
Will's
very
baseball team.
Will's baseball team. But in one of the early seasons, I remember they showed somebody with like a whole whiteboard with like their entire strategy that they had laid out, and like
Totally.
none of it happens. One twist goes in the game, and all like, it's all thrown out the window. So it's just one of my favorite things when people think they like have the exact people they want to align with, the exact number of people, the exact like what this person of this personality, this person of this, and then it's just like it all gets thrown out once day one.
What if the heads of one of her tethers goes home in the white locust? Like,
Exactly. 100% they're having Rachel come back and host that competition. 1,000%. I will be shocked if that doesn't happen.
I mean, I'm hopeful it doesn't exist in this season. So
I think it will, but I think they will do it slightly differently where the loser doesn't immediately go home. Like they will give them some other chance to like serve. Maybe it'll be like the bottom two or something get voted on, like are the nominees or something like that. Like I think they will do it in a way that neuters it just slightly to lessen the blowback.
we'll see. But back to Taylor, I did really like her a lot. I think it's sweet that she works with elementary school kids and has that kind of nurturing side to her. And I think that that could be something that a lot of house guests turn to if they're missing home or missing their friends or need advice on things. Like that could be a skill set she flexes in a way that other house guests might not be able to. And I really liked her energy that she was bringing to her videos, and I think she's going to be really fun. So I'm definitely excited to watch her.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that she was really fun, and it's hard, I think, in these things to like really show much of a personality because you're just kind of standing there answering questions, and so a lot of people
Totally.
didn't show a lot of personality, but she was one of the ones who I think did, relatively speaking, and so I think that's a good sign that she's going to be very charismatic in the house and get along well with people socially. So I have hopes for Taylor.
Mhm.
Jenna, back to you.
Okay. I'm also deciding between two people. I'm gonna go with Chuck. Chuck is 27 from Dallas, and he's a supply chain analyst. I had to take snatch up the other Texan, and I think that he seems very smart. I think he was one of the people who brought energy to his videos, and seemed I really liked what he was saying. I enjoyed it, and I genuinely think he's going to be smart. He's going to be likable. He's someone who I do think could I could see getting into showmance, and I think that that could be to his benefit. I think he he wants to work with the women, but I also think he'll be good with the guys too. I think he's shown me from the brief videos that I've seen of him that he could be someone that all types of people could work with. So I'm hopeful. I'm excited to have him on my team, and I think that I'm hopeful that he'll be a fun addition to the season. And I like the way he spells his name.
Yeah, I definitely think he'll be fun to see how it works with him wanting to work with the girls and the guys there. Like, I could definitely see it happening, but it might be hard to balance both those sides at some point. But I'm excited to see another Texan there.
Yeah, I think that he seems super likable and super charismatic. I don't know that he really understands the game. Like it seems like he's one of the people who's maybe watched the show the least. So that's a little bit of a fear of mine always is just these people that come in and they're kind of learning the game as they're playing. That doesn't always pan out super well, but I think that as long as he's likable enough, he will be able to skate by the first few weeks and then pick up on the strategy and everything, and could have a good run in the second half once he kind of gets his bearings. So yeah, I think that he doesn't seem like somebody who's going to be super cocky or super broy necessarily, and kind of get in with an all guys alliance or anything like that. So yeah, I could see him making a deep run. All right, then I think it's my turn for two more picks. Um, all right, give me Lala, Latrice.
Yes,
I She
she's
was my
fun.
favorite video that I watched. I think she just exuberant. She's just exudes. That was the word I was looking for. Just personality and fun and just like a joy to be around. I think that everybody's going to
Totally.
gravitate towards her. I can't believe she's 58 years old. That is wild. She does not look 48, let alone 58. So I think that even though she is older, she doesn't give off that energy. And like, I think that she's going to be able to get in with the younger house guests. And I feel like, I don't know why I see her and Rick Devens having a very fun dynamic, I think. And I can't tell if she's going to hate Angela or love Angela, but either way, I think their dynamic's going to be very interesting. Could be kind of like a Felicia Cerise situation a little bit, kind of love hate. Um, but yeah, I think, and it seems like she's in good shape. So even the competitions, I don't think she's gonna just be like an automatically like, oh well, this is another a comp that Lala can't win. Like I think that she's going to be able to be a little bit more competitive than we're expecting. So I don't know if she's actually going to do well. She could be an early boot, but I'm excited either way. Someone that I want to root for. So glad to have her on my team.
She was the other person that I was thinking about choosing. Yeah, her just joy that radiated off of her and her videos, like you can just tell that she's just a really happy, fun to be around person. And those are always the types of people who we need in the Big Brother house. I really hope that she doesn't fall into like a mom or grandma type of figurehead within or with these contestants. And I'm really hoping she's able to make some inroads with them, get in an alliance, things like that. We've seen it happen plenty of times with the older house guests. So I'm really hoping that she follows in some of the more successful older players' footsteps. And I'm just really excited to watch her. And I just know she's going to be really entertaining. So.
Yeah. Um, Molly, did you have anything? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same. So
Oh,
all
okay.
the same thoughts on her.
All right. Well, in my second pick, I'm debating between two. Okay. I think I'll go with Lyric. I think I just see Lyric as being like just the social butterfly of the season. Like I see her. This is a hot prediction. I think she's going to be the last person to be nominated this season.
Mm.
I see her as that type of just like
Yeah.
somebody who just is able to like just gets along with everybody that everyone kind of overlooks. Like there's no reason to ever nominate her. And she's just kind of people almost feel bad about doing it because she's so sweet. And I just feel like she's going to be able to make it to at least jury without too much trouble. And she seems really sweet, and she was on another show that I love, American Idol. So that puts her in up in my book as well.
Yeah, I can see her making up songs in the house. So that could be fun. Her singing. But I think she seems like a fun person. So I definitely think she'll get along with a lot of people in the house and excited to see how she'll do.
I mean, I've seen one of the songs that she has made up with her parents. It was a video that was going around today, and it was pretty funny, maybe a little bit cringy. We'll have to see. And also, her American Idol audition didn't necessarily go to plan with Katy Perry.
Okay,
But
tell us the story of that because I saw something about Katy Perry yelling at her, and I didn't have time to watch the video of it.
so I don't know what song she was singing, but she's singing a song. Katy Perry goes, "I cannot believe you flew 10 hours to be here to play it safe and boring." And then lyrics like, "Well, I can do something. I can sing another song." And then Katy Perry is like, "Yeah, you better unless or else you'll be flying 10 hours home." And that was the clip. It was
Wow.
pretty entertaining for sure. So I could see Lyric being in some sort of altercation like that where a spicier personality is kind of going off and she's kind of be like being that agreeable presence. Some of the other videos I've seen involving her with her and her friends and stuff, and she seems very like bubbly, easy to be get along with, sweet. Seems like she made sure everyone was heard and understood and things like that, and then while also offering her own opinion. But that's just my perception from a few of the videos that I've seen. But she did refer to herself as kind of being that sweet girl, unassuming, but there's a lot more to her. She kind of used the same adjectives to describe herself a few different times, but I understand it's a long press day. You can only kind of answer these questions so much. So I'm really excited to see kind of what else she brings to the table and see kind of more of what she can bring. I can see that also, Michael, of her being the last person to get nominated. She kind of was giving off a little bit of Lauren Domingue,
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit of America too, Lopez from 25. So
Mm.
I don't know. I'm excited to see her and see what she brings.
All right. Jenna, you're up next.
Cool. Well, the risk that I took earlier did pay off because my number 6 person is still on the board. So I'm going to take Mallory. She's 24. She's a rocket engineer. I didn't get basically anything from her videos. I got a lot from her Instagram and social media, and she
Okay.
seems like a very fun person that I would love to spend time with. I think she's very fun. She had punny Halloween costumes. She had cute group shots with a friend. She enjoys dressing up, going out, going to music festivals, things like that. She looks completely different than the outfit they put her in the Big Brother intro video. So, and her style is like definitely very different than that. So I definitely didn't want to go off, like judge a book by its cover or anything like that. But she looks like very cool, and I that's just kind of an energy that I think seems to make it very far in the house. And she seems like she's social. She seems like she's been applying for a bit. She also a rocket engineer, which is so
Yeah,
cool
crazy.
and crazy. And
She didn't mention it
she did.
in the video. No, I don't think she
Yeah,
did. Did she? She
she
was like saying
did.
that she's smart, but I don't remember her mentioning that she was a rocket engineer.
Oh,
Oh,
really? She might, she may have, might not have, but I, anyway, she's so smart. She has this cool job. She is gonna lie about it. How, but she has these smarts that I am hoping will serve her in a strategic sense, and she'll be able to maneuver and be able to join alliances, create alliances, kind of really plan out how she wants to get to the end and get herself out of sticky situations, win some intellectual comps, maybe even win some physical comps. Like you never know. She looks strong. I don't know. I'm high on Mallory. It might just be me though, but we'll see. She just seems really cool.
I was almost gonna choose her next, so you chose her before me, but it's okay. I think she'll be fun. And she does look a lot like Kelly, so I
thank
don't know if that
you.
I didn't want to say it.
I, I don't want to compare them as that's going to be the same because I think Mallory is her own person and will be great on the show. So I want to root for Mallory also, and I think she'll be fun to watch.
As long as she doesn't nominate herself 5 weeks in a row and hide dead bugs throughout the house, I think we're going to be good.
Yep.
I don't see her doing that. So if she does, then y'all can block me. I don't know.
Whatever. But no, I didn't get a ton for her video also, but I fully believe you that her social media is a completely different person, and I am
She's
excited
so
to see what she
spunky. Like she's fun. We'll see.
yeah. All right. Then Molly, your last two picks, because you are having one fewer house guests here than Jenna and I will, these will be your final two picks to round out your team.
Okay. Well, I've been thinking about who I want. So I'm going to go with first, I'm going to get Drew. I think that he's young, even though he doesn't seem to be knowing a ton about the strategy play and all that. I think that he'll be someone fun to be around in the house. People will like being around him, and just that kind of spunky kind of person does well in Big Brother. So I think that he'll do pretty well. So I'm going to choose him for my team.
All right.
Drew's a dental assistant from Temecula, California. So I think that could offer some more sociable people skills that maybe weren't necessarily revealed during the video. And I think there's more to him. I'm hopeful there's more to him. I didn't get a lot from him during the video, but also my brother's name is Drew, so it's pretty funny. But I don't know. I hope that he does well. He seems cool.
I've seen a lot of people comparing him to Adrian last year, where like he comes in and like is all overconfident and has all this attitude, and then like when Adrian got in the house, he like barely spoke. So I could see. I don't think he's going to be the way that he was in his video the entire game, but I actually could see him maybe like giving almost Rizzo vibes to like a
Yeah,
Devins and D, like where
maybe.
maybe he's kind of like they could kind of pick him up as like their little brother type of thing and work with him because I'm sure he seems like he's been a relatively big Brother fan. I would think maybe I'm wrong about this, but I always assume when people are like at a certain level of Big Brother fan that they are also probably a Survivor fan. So I'm sure that Drew will recognize Dee and Devins and potentially want to work with them, and I could see that. So I think that it's just going to be a matter of, is Drew going to be as overconfident as he kind of seems like maybe from the video that he could be. But if I had to place my bets, I don't think he will. I think he'll be a lot more neutral in the house than he seems.
Will he be Angela's first victim, though?
I think that that is going to be somebody else here. I think that might be Rome. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see it. I guess it wouldn't shock me if it was Drew, but like, will no, yeah, I don't think that he will be on the other receiving side of an Angela attack, like the first one. I think probably eventually everybody will be, but I don't think he'll be the main target for her early on.
Angela's third victim.
Yeah, he'll be in kind of like the Tucker spot for her, like where it was like later on in the game, like she was like really close with Tucker for a time, and then kind of turned on him, went back to being really close. Like I could see that kind of relationship maybe.
Yeah. I can see that too. Well, then my last pick, I am going to choose. Okay, this is a hard one. I feel like out of all these options, like they're kind of comparable to me, but I'm going to go Ashley. I think that she says that she wants to backstab, so that could be interesting to see like how she brings the drama and just is honest with people. Of also like she says that she thinks that people might think that she's dumb, but she is smarter than she lets on, so that could play for her advantage as well. So overall, I'm gonna choose Ashley to be my last draft pick.
I okay, I'll make another kind of hot prediction. I feel like Ashley's going to get on a lot of people's nerves. I think that she is going to be a strong personality in there for better or for worse. And like I think the audience is probably going to love her. Like I think we're going to be potentially really rooting for Ashley in a similar way to like a Rachel Riley type. But I could see her not being everybody's cup of tea in there and potentially getting into some arguments with people and maybe being a bit of an early boot because of that.
So Ashley is funny to me because Ashley, I didn't like anything that I heard from her in her video. I thought it was all pretty cringy, and I was kind of put off by her voice. I think she might have been like trying a little too hard to like sound a certain way or like put on a baby voice or something like that. But again, long press day, you never know what's real, what's not. Like we'll definitely have to see more. But I just wasn't really vibing with any of the things that she was saying. That being said, I think she's gorgeous. Loved the dress that she was wearing. She is a fan of a lot of the same music artists that I have listened to, like Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo. She has good taste. She's a woman of taste, as I've seen throughout every other thing that I've seen of her. But like what all the things that she said in her video, I'm not convinced. So I'm really anxious to see if her real personality is closer to the woman of taste I know her to be, or if it's more leaning towards the dud that I've seen from her videos. I'm just really anxious to see how she comes across on Big Brother, on the feeds, on the show. Lot to see. I think she's kind of falling into like a Blue Kim spot for me.
Interesting. All right. Well, Jenna, you get the next pick.
I am gonna take the last woman on the board and Haley. I think similar to Ashley, Haley wasn't giving me a lot in her videos, but instead of actively cringing me out, she was kind of giving me a little bit of nothing burger. But I don't think that's the worst thing in the world because I think that she can only kind of go up in her personality or down. We'll have to see, but I think she'll give us more in a live feed scenario or on in a show scenario. She might not have been feeling well. Really don't know, but also by doing kind of a dive into her social media, things that I've seen. She seems very cool, very spunky, edgy. She looks pretty physically fit too. She's a little bit older. She's the same age as Dee. I could see her and Dee aligning, things like that. She's from Missouri, which is my dad's home state, so I feel a connection to her in that regard. So I'm really hopeful for her. I think she could either go one of two ways, either continue to be giving us nothing or bring us a lot of personality that we weren't seeing. And I'm really excited to see what she brings.
Close enough. Welcome back, Christmas Abbott. That's what I see when I
Yeah,
see her.
literally. I mean, the person who on Love Island that's being called a nothing burger and Jen is so fun outside of the show. So I'm really just, I just have no idea how Haley will be.
I love Jen.
I do
I
too.
I miss her already. Okay, yeah, Haley gave me nothing. I was like, that was my biggest who of the cast, I feel like, so
True.
far, of just like, I know not one more thing about her than I did before I watched her video, basically. So we'll see how she is in the house.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I didn't get that much from her video.
All right. Well, it's my last two picks, and then whoever I don't pick goes to Jenna. So, do I have to pick anyone of these three? Is my question.
You do. Yeah, you have to pick two of them.
I don't really want any of them.
Well, I'll pick the one
But
I want.
oh, that's okay. I'll somehow, some way figure it out. All right. Let me pick Camus. Am I pronouncing that right? Camus?
Yeah.
Camus.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, sure. Uh, he's been okay. At least he's been watching since season 14, so I feel like
Yeah.
he actually is a bigger fan, which is helpful. He's probably going to win competitions, so he'll get in some power. And
Totally.
will probably be very upset every time he does win a competition and the feeds come back and it's Jag wins the power of veto. I mean, it's just going to be, yeah, like just save the graphic and repost it every week. So I think that he's going to be he's going to probably make it pretty far until he just there's a week where he doesn't win the HOH or veto and they're able to vote him out. And the blockbuster, oh god, we have to also hope that he doesn't win that too. Why am I already upset about him winning something that we don't know if we like him or not and we don't know that he's won anything? But I'm
Yeah, my
already
whole
upset about it.
I mean, we don't know him, so like that's one thing, but also I
But he's a
totally see
man,
where
so I'm going to be upset when he wins anything.
I understand. I unfortunately think he's an attractive man too, so like that just puts even more on it. I don't know. We'll have to see like what comes of him. Um I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm willing to let him show himself to me, and I'm anxious to kind of see how he is on the show. Perhaps he aligns with people who we don't expect him to. Perhaps he pleasantly surprises us. Perhaps he's lovely. So we'll have to see, and I'm willing to let him surprise us.
He follows Charlie Kirk.
I know. I know. I, I mean, he has the same last name as him.
Yeah, maybe they're
Perhaps.
related. Do we think they're related?
I hope so. At this rate,
We see Erica Kirk in the audience at the live show. Well, I guess we'll know.
gosh,
All right. Next, my last pick. I guess I'll pick Yosh. Here's what I will say about Yosh. So, allegedly, he's an alternate, which means that he was probably doing these videos not expecting them to actually be shown. And so maybe we didn't get a true representation of who he is because he was kind of having to like almost hype himself up to do it because he's like, this is probably going to be for nothing, whatever. Like, so I feel like maybe he will be a completely different person in the house than we saw in the videos.
Yeah, I mean, his social media shows a lot of logs, a lot of personality there. He might be annoying to the other house guests, or he might be a comic relief. Who's to say? Yash is definitely young, but I mean, there are other people who are his same age and younger. So I'm anxious to see like kind of what level of maturity he actually has and brings, and maybe he was able to kind of take the time in between finding out he was going to be on and actually being on to really get his head in the game and kind of form some strategy. We've seen last minute alternates do very well, and the likes of Joseph and Claire and even Austin Lee Kuhn on Survivor 45 came in last minute and did very well. So I wouldn't count Yosh out because of him being an alternate, getting on late, things like that. And we'll have to see how he gets along with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Devens loves working with a financial analyst, so maybe he'll
That
be
he
his next
does.
closest ally.
You never know.
All right. Well, Jenna, then you by default are lucky enough to get the man formerly known as Jack, Rome.
The man, the myth, the legend, Rome God.
Rome. That doesn't really
God.
God. Yeah. Yeah, that works. The same number of letters.
So it's funny because I really liked Rome in the first half of his videos that I saw from him, and I think he's a good-looking guy. He's really cute. I think I played pickleball for the first time this past weekend, so I liked getting that connection there. He did bring up some problematic words in the manosphere language of things, but I don't know. I'm hopeful that he could kind of maybe alter his language and show what he's actually trying to mean by that. I really hope that he's not considering himself just the alpha of all alpha bros, and like every single other man is weaker and every woman is weaker, and like every that's like what I'm really hoping he's not like. And I'm really willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because I did like what I saw before I heard those beta and submissive types of words in his intro package and stuff like that. And I'm an optimist, as you guys have seen throughout this entire thing. I am always like hoping for the best for even people who might disappoint me and their intro packages, and especially now that he's on my team, which I'm not mad about. He's very athletic. It seems like he could be bubbly, personable. I'm hoping that he proves us wrong in the type of character he exudes, and I'm not trying to make any judgments on him, but the language did kind of concern me a little bit. So I'm really hoping that he's able to change my mind on that. So we'll have to see, but I think he could be a very likable person in the house. I mean, we saw the kind of power that Riley held over the house last year, and they all thought he was super beloved, and he was beloved in the house. So just because we as an audience see something doesn't mean the people in the house are seeing the same thing. And at the end of the day, it's like whoever the house guests choose to win the money is the person who wins. And we'll just have to see how he gets along with everyone. He's in the age range of people of the kind of the older 20s group. There's a big chunk of them. He's 28. So I don't know. I I'm hopeful that he proves me wrong in the type of man he is and really like shows up well.
He might be beloved, but as long as he doesn't call two women beloved, we'll be good.
Good callback there at the Love Island. But yeah, I feel like with Rome, aka Jack, I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see how he does because I don't think we've gone like a ton of him yet. I mean, we've only had like a few minutes a clip or less than that of just seeing what he's like. So maybe he'll prove us wrong.
Yeah, I hope so. I kind of doubt it, but let's go in with an open mind. Why not?
He's a
We'll
member
come
of
back in
my
a week.
team, so he's on Team
Yeah.
Jenna. So I'm rooting
Yes.
nothing but the best for him and our team.
All right. Well, we have our full teams now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read back the teams. So, Molly, you have Barrett, Melanie, Taylor, Drew, and Ashley. Jenna, you have Jason, D, Chuck, Mallory, Haley, and Rome/Jack. And I have Angela Murray, Rick Devins, Latrice, aka Lala, Lyric, Camu, and Yash. So let's all root for our teams all season long
Yes.
and hope that none of them get decimated before the finale. So we at least have someone to root for all season long, each of us. That's a lot more fun.
So
But before we
true.
go, I think we should do what we did last season and end with our predictions for the season. So just one kind of hot take, hot prediction that you think will happen this season on BB28. Do either of y'all have one you'd like to start with?
I think that Barrett might get into a showmance.
Ooh. Do you have any prediction with who?
Oh, I didn't think that far yet.
That's okay.
Maybe Melody?
Okay.
I could see that. I'm kind of hoping that uh, Barrett and Jason share a few kisses, but that's just
Ooh.
my personal hope.
Heated
I'm
rivalry.
always. My big prediction though is that it's going to be a newbies versus vets kind of split, and the newbies that decide to go with the vets will be paired with them, and then the newbies who decide to revolt against them will be on an opposite side. I'm really hoping for some sort of split house or multiple alliance type of situation, so it's not a steamroll.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that I think one of our reality TV veterans, and I think that I'll include Salinas in that, just to kind of make it an even four, because I don't know why they didn't include Salinas in that. Uh, I think one of them will go pre-jury, and the other three will make it to the jury phase, and one of them will make it to final two. That's my prediction. It will be kind of a BB14-esque like situation. So we
Good
will see.
prediction.
I'm excited to find out. And we will be covering the season all season long, of course. So be sure to stick with us with that. Jenna, thank you so much for joining us for another draft. This was very fun as
Always
always.
a pleasure.
And thank you all so much for watching on YouTube or listening. Be sure to follow us at Let's Chat Reality on all social media and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and review. We appreciate that, of course. And we will chat with y'all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.